Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Mandy. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. Today is Saturday, November 13th, and yeah, it's been a good couple of weeks since I've last filmed. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for checking me out. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone who watches, likes, subscribes, all the good stuff. So my cat is currently kind of running around, so you may end up seeing her running across the back of the couch like she is known to do. I've got a black cat named Stitches, if you have not seen her, or if you have seen her and wondered her name. She's been such a joy to have around. I love her to pieces. All right, so we've got some good stuff to show today, I think. I really have been on a bit of a full coverage kick the last couple weeks, I guess, maybe. So the bulk of my stitching has been on full coverage, which is great. I love full coverage, and there's Stitches. Well, she thought she was going to come this way, and then she decided to go back the other way. What she likes to do, like when I'm sitting at my desk, she will jump up onto the couch, run across. She'll jump onto the like armrest of the couch, and then she'll jump over onto her cat tree. She's got this really nice cat tree that's multi-layers and levels and everything. So she's crazy. I love her to pieces. But then, okay, so back to stitching, shall we? I have got two starts and finishes. One of it which was done in one day. I was able to do it all in one day. But the other one was a focus piece for the week after I did my last Flosstube. So my last video, I was talking about how I may, while I was having a stitching day, or crafty day, I should say, with my mom and another gal. They were making cards, and I was stitching. I thought it'd be a great day to work on my stitching journal. But the pieces that I really had to finish, like that were finished, ready to be placed into the journal, was on, and I'll show it to you here in a few, is on one piece of material that still had places for two more pieces added to it that I didn't want to cut down, because then I wouldn't have enough like space on the material for putting in a Q-snap or a hoop or whatever. So I figured, well, let me just finish up this piece of material, and then we'll get back to the stitching journal. So maybe next time I film, I will have some stitching journal updates. Who knows? You'll just have to come back and check out or find out. Alrighty, so the first start and finish was from the 2016 Just Cross Stitch Halloween. If you've been with me before, you've seen that I've done some other pieces out of this. Excuse the sticky note, but I've done, I did this pumpkin, it's pumpkin grid. And so I decided I was ready to do this one. Nice little pieces. I mean, they're like 75 stitches square, so like 66 stitches. The design is by Angela Pullen Atherton of Pullen Designs. And yeah, these have been really great to stitch on. So fold it up here so you can see. And there we go. So I used call for colors, 310, and then the called for, there's two different oranges in the pumpkin. And this has been, this was really fun to work on. I really like the design in that black scroll work, I guess. I don't know what you call it. The inner portion of it was really cool. So for the most part, I started the orange, like kind of the outer portion, to get enough placement to figure out where to start the black. I did all of the black, and then the rest of it was just fill in. So a few nights of just really just like, I don't know, 2 or 3 strands of orange, maybe more in an evening, but lots of stitching. It is definitely a full coverage pumpkin, but I like it. It'll make a good addition for my journal. So this was the other one that I did. So this one was a color and cotton carrot or something like that. There's two, again, I think 2 different oranges in that. flash of black. Tell you, that girl just cracks me up. And then the other, so that was the first start and finish that I had. The next one, I've had this in my stash. I think my, well, the copyright on the pattern is from 2009. So I don't know that I've necessarily had it that long. I've had it, a file, PDF, saved on my computer for ages. And I know Michelle Bendy has talked about it, Michelle Garrett. I don't remember who she got it from though. That's the thing. There's a hashtag, freebies on the first, and it's the number 1 ST hashtag on Instagram. I want to say it was Heather Link is my homeboy, maybe, that started it. I don't remember. Something about how you've got all of those PDF freebies on your computer that you just, you know, someday you'll get to, and so they started the hashtag of the freebies on the first. So while I didn't stitch this on the first, I would say that it still qualifies for the hashtag because, like I said, it's a freebie PDF that I've had on my computer for ages. Now the information that it came from, there's a website on the file, xstitchhappy.com. I did try to pull the website up one day and I don't think it's active anymore. It really just looked like one of those, you know, like Google pages where you can buy the domain or something. So I really don't think that it's out there anymore. I don't even know where I got it from, honestly. But it's called Queen of Procrastination. See if I can read it sideways here. The artist name on it was Sharon Manspeaker. And there we go. So this was fun. Like I said, I stitched it in a day. Just on a whim, I just decided to start stitching on it. So I'm using, of course, the same piece of material. I'll hold it all up in a second. But it fit perfectly right here. And again, this is gonna make another great page for my journal. And so the whole material is, Picture This Plus in Tycho, great neutral. And the floss, I don't know how well that's showing through there, but it is Color and Cotton Dahlia. Whew, man, I love this floss. It is perfect color. I love it. Beautiful purplish. So yeah. So like I said, I've got some finishes here to add to my journal. And so because I had such a big piece there open, I didn't want to go and cut out these Quakers and everything to make my stitching, add into the stitching journal. So soon I'll get back to that. But the Quakers that I have here, we've got Quaker Fox, Darling and Whimsy designs. All of the Quakers are darling. And then we've got Fishbones. I believe this one is a freebie now. I don't exactly remember where she has it. She may have it in her link tree on Instagram. But I got this one. It came with a an order of Leo and Roxy floss that I got from Evertote, Caroline. I don't remember if I got a bag. Yes, I did get a bag with it. So I got the bag with the floss. Oops. And that was a Leo and Roxy floss that I did there. And then we've got the Ladybug. I want to say this is a Color and Cotton. I don't remember exactly which color. This would have been a Leo and Roxy. And then this red for the Ladybug, my favorite variegated red, that is poinsettia from Forbidden Fiber Company. This was in last year's winter holiday box thing, the pattern. There was a whole bunch of them. And then this is an Ink Circles window pane, something or other. This was her September Patreon pattern that is stitched on a, or with a Bestitch Me silk. First time using silks. So I got some really great pieces to add to my journal, so I gotta do that soon. Maybe this weekend, who knows? We'll figure something out someday, right? So another piece to share before we get into the full coverage stuff. I stitched on this Thursday evening. Michelle had her Patreon and YouTube member Zoom chat, and great evening. Love chatting with those ladies. Yeah, I think it was all great group of people. And so I was working on this. I will try to insert a picture here. It is from Just Cross Stitch. I don't have it in front of me. It's a digital, I've got the digital magazine, June 2016, I think maybe. It was a trivet set. There's two pictures, two patterns in it. And here's where we're at. I've got it ready to do more, and then I ended up stopping for the evening. Threads frayed, of course. So that evening I stitched, there's two different levels of gray around the border. So I did the outer lighter color and then all around there. So that will go all the way around, and then there's more stuff out in here. Love these little pieces. I love the that little sunflower, and that sunflower is a full coverage sunflower. That was fun. This is stitched on a piece of Sea Spray, 16 counts. I think just like the Witchelt or whatever it is, that it's not hand dyed or whatever, anything like that. But yeah, so that's true to color right there. Really soft blue. And then I love the teals. This needle minder, I made it from a necklace that my girlfriend Crystal gave me, that the necklace was just too small for me, and I definitely get more use out of it as a needle minder. And then, gotta love that little black cat. I was gonna try to pick her up and she took off running. Alrighty, so that was that whip. Then the next three pieces, like I said, are going to be full coverage, and yeah. So I think the last time I filmed, I wasn't exactly sure what my next 25/7 was going to be, but I was really tossing up using a full coverage mini stitching moon by artwork is by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth. Again, I'm gonna try to put pictures in. I use my phone for editing. I've used my iPad before, and both times I can get all the way through the editing process just to find out that the device is too full to save it. So then I spend an hour offloading apps and backing up my photos and then deleting those and just doing all kinds of fun stuff to actually get it to save. So hopefully I have the energy to deal with all of that. Yes, so hopefully you will be seeing pictures here. So yes, I did decide after all to pick up Mini Stitching Moon for my 25/7. I'm not planning on sticking with this for the until it's done type of thing, but at least for the month of November, we'll see how I'm enjoying it at the end of the month and see if I want to keep going or not. But I'm not planning on sticking with this 100% until it's done, because it's got quite a ways to go. I am currently working on page 11 out of either 20 or 24, I don't remember. And this one was a large print pattern, so the pages are smaller than normal. But I'll go ahead and show you where I'm at here. And I've got a nice little story to go along with this one. We've got it all rolled up here, so, but yeah. See, it's not looking so bad right there. But yeah, so this, again, if I can put in pictures, I'm gonna try to put in like where I started, and then kind of a side by side. There's stitches. Because I've gotten quite a bit done by working just 25 minutes a day, maybe a little bit more than that. There's been some days where I just kind of kept going a little bit. There is a huge patch of white there. That's 38.65 on white material, so that's been fun. You can tell that I ran out of a thread, so there's like one column there that's half stitched, but I'm also getting very low on that skein of floss, so I don't think I even have enough floss to stitches. I know many people like seeing her, so try not to make the entire video about her, I promise. But yeah, so this page really did not have a whole lot filled in, so I really have been able to get a whole lot accomplished so far, just even in that 25 minutes. So the story to go along with it. You know, when you're stitching on something right in front of you, there is definitely something to be said about full coverage confetti pieces stepping back away from it. And I definitely had a lesson with that this week. I'm still a tiny bit iffy on it, I guess. Stitches, get down. But so there's a few stitches that are really bright color standing out in a way that I haven't been happy with. And of course that's me stitching on it, so it's right in front of my face, but they looked really bold and bright in situations that it really shouldn't have been. There was even a point where I debated trying to pick these stitches out and finding a softer color in the same lines to you know, kind of dim it down a little bit. But I finally got the idea to take it off the Q-snap. I laid it out and I took a picture of it. And again, maybe I'll try to put that picture in here. I don't know. And the colors didn't seem so bad when, again, I stepped away from it and it wasn't right in front of my face. So what we're referring to, and that's actually a pretty good picture of it right there, is do you see these orange specks? And then her face had pink. It just seemed so entirely bold. Even today I used the number, skein number 13, you know, from that 0 to 35 or 01 to 35 colors that it's somewhere in here that just seemed really weird. So I tried posting about it in the Heaven and Earth Facebook group. Basically, I got a message saying, yeah, you should contact Michelle if you have a problem with the pattern. So that's kind of mulling that over. I just got the idea of, all right, why don't I just take a step back, see how it's looking, you know, from a distance. And definitely felt a lot better about it that way. Still feel weird when I'm stitching on it right there, right in front of my face, but I'm just trying to remember when you step back. I don't know if it's because of, this is a mini version, and they say that from going from a regular size to a mini, you lose detail, but the color changes just seem to be really, and I shouldn't say color changes, but the colors of the stitches just seem to be really weird. So I searched to see other people having posted it, because I know of a couple people who had posted it recently. Somebody had finished it. I zoomed in on those pictures, and the one that was finished even had somebody commenting asking about the stitches in the face, because hers seemed to be really red. And the comment was just, well, maybe it's just the lighting, because the original poster didn't seem to have that issue. I zoomed in on both pictures and neither one seemed to have as bold of the colors as mine. So I don't know, it kind of made me like debate whether I wanted to keep stitching on it, whether I was ready to just junk the whole thing. I don't know, it just, and I never did bother with reaching out to Michelle to see what she, Michelle being Michelle Sayeta of Heaven and Earth. I never did bother reaching out to her. So, but we're going to keep going with it. I think, again, it's just a matter of, you know, because when it's on your wall framed, people are not going to be standing as close to it as you are when you're stitching it. And that's really what I think it's coming down to. And because I'm working on page 11, of course, that's a ton to have been completed to scrap it now. So we're going to keep going with it. And I think it's just going to be a matter of stepping back. But I love how the stars pop against that background, which is a mix of 939, which is a super, super dark navy, and 823 is a common one, or maybe it's 820, one of those blues. So without unrolling it all completely, but like that orange just, it pops, and I love it. That pink, red, whatever that is, I love it. So good to finally be giving this piece some love, honestly, because I hadn't worked on this since January, and so it's good to finally give it some attention. So again, not sure how long I'm going to keep with the 25/7, but my plan at the moment is to at least stitch on it through November every day. Alrighty, another one, or my next full coverage one. This is a favorite of at least one viewer I know of. Shadow, I'm speaking to you. Again, I've just been on a full coverage kick, and this one called to me, and I finally had to pick it up. So again, I'm hoping I can put a picture in here. It is Mini Dark Goddess, artwork by Carol Cavallaris, and charted by Heaven and Earth. And the purples, oh my goodness, I love this piece. I am working away on page 3. I'm working into page 4. I even stitched down into maybe I'm working on page 4 into page 5. I don't know. I don't remember. Got my iPad right here. I wonder if I can get to it easily enough. Wrong file. It is page 3. Yep, so page 3, working into page 4. And then underneath page 3 is page 8. And so this is where I'm at. I've gotten so much done. I've worked on this 3 days, I think, this week. And oh my gosh, I'm loving this. So really what I've been doing is I would take a symbol and work my way down, and then just kind of fill in as I go. And honestly, because I'm really close to finishing the page, I've really been trying to color complete that symbol throughout the page. There's gonna be some confetti over here that I haven't gotten to with symbols that I've already finished, but oh my goodness. So since I have the iPad right there, let's just show you the picture of it that way, and it'll save on my editing. Because I love this picture. There we go. So it's really not looking like a whole lot on mine, just because it's, you know, like blobs of purple and everything. Luckily I made it through that large patch of white. But I love it. So again, because I'm actually going to try to minimize my editing. Maybe if this thing works. Here's Mini Stitching Moon. So, love this piece. I was drawn to it first time I saw it. So. One second. See the way how slow my iPad is working? It makes me wonder if that's even too full to edit from there. I'll take one part of this Q-snap off so you can see the whole thing. So, like I said, not looking like a whole lot right now, but just the blend of the purples has been a joy to work on this piece. So again, this is Mini Dark Goddess, large size print, because when I didn't have my iPad yet when I was working on this one, or when I bought this one, so I was still sticking with the large print. So my last whip to share is my last full coverage piece, because like I said, it has been a full coverage kind of a week that my iPad's being really slow. So yeah, I really only have the 3 full coverage pieces now, and I hit them all this week. So this one is Mini Midnight Messenger. Artwork is by Ann Stokes, charted by Hayde. I try to say this every time that I, and you can actually kind of see it right there. Yep. I try to point out, if you're looking for this piece, messenger is spelled with an A instead of an E. For some reason, I think it was a typo that just never got fixed. So yeah, I am working away on page 1, and I cannot wait to get more of that owl filled in. And this one I did go ahead and buy just the regular size pattern, not pattern. Yeah, I got the regular print pattern. And so the pages have a lot more stitches to it than the full, the large print. And so I'm still plugging away on page 1. And you can see where that owl is really taking shape. Again, when I was working on this, I would pick a color symbol and work my way all the way down. So I really got a lot of this background stuff filled in and worked my way down. Just really didn't get to the colors that were really within the owl too much yet. But yeah, holding it there, I can definitely see the shape of the branch that goes off that way. The tree, just, this is going to be a stunning piece when I get through. I love this piece. This needle minder is from Mad for Minders. Yeah. So that is my stitching for the week in terms of what all I have worked on. Plans? If you've been with me, you know I really don't plan a whole lot, which is funny because I am considering WhipGo for 2022. So for somebody who doesn't plan, I'm having struggles trying to figure out what kind of goals I can come up with. I don't know if I'm going to put a mix of like work on it for a certain number of days. There's some smaller pieces that I can actually put on there for a finish. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. Not really sure what all I'm gonna do with that just yet. So otherwise, plans, I am, like I said, 25/7, sticking with Mini Stitching Moon for right now. We'll see where I go. Yeah, so that's really all that I have to share in terms of my whips, finishes. I really don't have any specific plans for new starts. Of course, that could change on a whim. But yeah, last video we had a giveaway. I was giving away the Blue Flower Autumn's Hymn. This was out of a Black Needle Society box. Only 2 people commented that they were interested in it, so wonderful odds. And the winner I have is Stitching by the River. So I know they comment quite often, so congratulations. If you would, send me a message on Instagram at stitchingbee82. Or you can email me, stitchingbee82@gmail.com. Either way, get me your mailing address information, and I will get this out to you. Geneva, winner from the linen that I had in my last video, we've already, I did reply by email, and I replied to your comment. So I got your information. I just have not yet been to the post office. So it will get out soon though, I promise. But yes, Stitching by the River, if you could get me that, your mailing information, and I will get that out to you as well. So only a couple of tiny pieces of haul here. Haven't really been shopping a whole lot. I know I referenced this last video because I had literally just gotten the mail that day, but I didn't want to show it yet in case anybody wanted to be surprised, and just figured I'd not even say anything about it. But Bestitch Me Fabric of the Month, I guess, warning, by now you should have seen it. I think I do the every other month is neutrals, the other months are any color type of situation, I think is what I do. I don't remember. But this color name is Cardinal, and I love the ring light. It really shows things true to color. I do so this is 16 count. It's an 18 by 21 inch piece. It is a decent size to put something or a couple projects, but that is a pretty color. No clue what I'm gonna put on it. We'll see. And then I had actually gotten this in stash a few weeks ago, or for my stash a few weeks ago. I don't know, it seems like it's been a while, and it ended up in a stack somewhere else that I didn't end up showing it to you, but I got Barbara Anna's, ooh, ring light, Lemon Cat. Oh my gosh, I adore this cat. Of course, you cannot be a black cat at all. Cats in drag. Well, cats in dresses, I meant. Who knows, maybe they're in drag. But I love the colors of this vine. I thought it was some kind of specialty floss that variegated that way. Nope, DMC. All of this charted in DMC. So I have not yet stitched any of the Animals and Dresses lines from Barbara Anna, but this is, I'm gonna have to get this kitted up really soon because I love it so much. So, and that is all that I have. Stitching, haul, whatever. Personally, things are going really well. Hanging out, working. I did get news since my last video. Pretty much official that we're not going back to the office. It is staying working from home. They have opened my department employment listings, you know, because we've got job openings, that they have opened that to you can live in any state, whereas obviously when we worked in an office you kind of needed to live somewhat in the area so that you could commute to the office every day. But now they have open it up to the states. And so if you are a warranty administrator and you're looking for a new job, I love my job, love what we do, and I am so happy that we are working from home. So I try not to talk about it a whole lot, but I work for a company contracted for one of the big 3 auto manufacturers. Really don't want to say which one. In processing warranty for dealerships across the country. So, well, I have a specific region, but that's what we do. So, but yeah, so that made me so happy to get that official news. I've got a great little desk set up on the other side of the camera that I'm able to enjoy the fresh light and air when appropriate from the sliding glass door that is that way. Working from home has been a dream. So I'm so glad that they made it possible. I've said for years that our job could be a work from home situation, and apparently we just needed a global pandemic to make that happen. So I hope everyone is doing well and getting lots of stitching in. I don't think I really have a whole lot left to report, I guess. On the health front, things are still, it's been 6 months since my surgery and I'm still dealing with some situations with it, but I am in great care. I've had one of the I know I haven't talked about this a whole lot, but one of the incisions ended up with a little bit of an abscess, and so it has been an open wound for quite some time. But I am in I'm going to a specific wound care clinic that is part of our big hospital, and I'm in great hands. They've run a couple different tests to try to figure out maybe what's causing, like, delaying the healing from it. But it's getting there. I've had some really good news last visit that it's getting there. So stitches. So one day at a time, that's all I can do, right? But so yeah, I'm stitching. Not been doing a whole lot of reading, but at least we're getting lots of stitches in, right? So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and end this here. I hope everyone is doing well, keep stitching, and we will see you guys again next time. Again, I'm really wanting to try to get back to my weekly schedule of, you know, once a week videoing, but it just seems to keep getting back to that double every other week thing. But hopefully we'll get back to some weekly updates again. So keep stitching, guys and gals, and everybody. We'll see you guys again next time. Take care.